when you hear other people's stories, then it can be a huge relief for you as well. And I can remember when I started my PhD, I was so green, you know, and I looked at the things I was supposed to achieve, and it looks like a big mountain before me, you know. But one thing I did was that I broke it down into smaller tasks. Okay, which one do I achieve first? Which one will be the next? And that actually helped me. And sometimes we don't celebrate successes that are small. You know, celebrate the small ones and move to the next one. You know, celebration on the small one will give you confidence to move to the next one, right? Don't wait until the end before you celebrate yourself.
That's true. That's a good.
Whatever responsibility or any roles you have been given, find out what are the techniques, or what are the, you know, ins and the outs of that roles, and that will help you, you know. And you know, some people have made the mistakes and they know the things that you don't need to do.
Exactly.
You know the do's and the don'ts, you know, and that will help you, you know.
Yeah, and I also think it's important to know that you don't have all the answers.
Yeah.
Like, trust me, you don't have all the answers. Right? So don't be too careful to say, well, what if I say I don't know? How would you feel about it? It's actually even very noble to say, well, I don't think I've thought about that. I'm going to check that up.
And you don't know.
Exactly. So you check it up and you get back to them. So, but the feeling that, oh, what would they say if I say I don't know this? Please, you don't have to know everything. Basically, what it means when you're an expert is that you know where to get the right information. Not necessarily that all the information or all the answers is on your head. Right? So you know where to get the right information, and that's it. So own your, own the knowledge that you have, and be committed to improve, to get better.
Yeah, continuous improvement. And one thing that is that always check your motives. You know, why are you doing what you are doing? If you're doing it to impress other people, that can put you in a tight spot, you know, so such that you don't want to let other people know that you don't know. And it's even very disgraceful to give a negative or a wrong answer to something you should have just said you don't know.
Exactly.
Right? So
Exactly.
check your motives. Are you doing it to impress other people, or are you doing it to oppress other people? It's important to check your motives. You know?
And also, whenever you feel this, just look back, reflect on your past success, and just be grateful. You know, when you come in, you know, when you're consumed with that feeling of gratitude, you would appreciate where you're coming from, and you know that you are going to get better.
And that reminds me of when I started my PhD as well. I mean, I was, second guessing myself, and I summoned courage. I spoke to my professor, and she was like, "Oh, look at your CV. Look at what you're coming in with. This is excellent. If you have done this in the past, then you can do this." So sometimes you need someone that will give you that push or that positive energy that you need to, to move to the next level. So don't be ashamed to discuss, for every success there's a story behind it.
As a follow-up to that, actually, we come from a background where we tend to be very conservative with our achievements. We don't want to discuss it. We want to attribute all our achievement to luck or to just, so we're just very conservative about it. So if you have had any success, own it. Of course, I'm not saying that you're proud and bragging and all that, but own it. Understand that you've put in some level of hard work into it, right? Of course, and with God, blessing it. But you've owned the fact that you put in some level of hard work, and if you have done it in the past, you can do it again, right? So I think it is important for us to own successes, celebrate the little wins, as you have said, and then that's going to be a stepping stone for you to get to achieve what you're going to achieve.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes. Sometimes the best of experience comes from the mistakes you have made. At least you've learned a way not to do it.
Exactly.
And that will put you in a spot to be a mentor to other people, because you know how not to do it. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. And most importantly, go to God for strength. Go to God for direction. And I was talking to somebody not too long ago that I pray about everything because God can give you insight into what you do not know. And for example, PhD is moving from a known terrain to an unknown terrain. You know, sometimes you just need to pray and ask for insight. You know, on how to tackle the big questions.
Yeah, and of course, you know, God has told us that His grace is sufficient for us. Exactly, and that His power will be made perfect in our weakness. So even when we are weak, we can rely on strength from God to be able to push ahead.
Yeah, and we will just pray for you at this point that God will give you insight to take the next task and to, you know, be excellent in your performance. And we pray that every feeling that is putting you down, God will give you the grace to overcome them. And yeah, we hope to hear your success story very soon.
Yes, and thank you so much. We hope you have been blessed. If you have been blessed by this video, kindly like, comment, share with your network, and subscribe to our channel. And of course, we appreciate your constructive criticism as well.
Your feedback is
very, very well appreciated.
Well appreciated. And until we bring another episode to you next time, we say have a lovely time. Bye.